welcome. It's Monday, October 26, 2020, the last Monday of the month, and you know what that means. It is Superintendent Citation time. I'm Pamela Smith, the Communications Director for the Little Rock School District, and we are so excited, can you tell by my voice, to have our wonderful staff and students that we get to recognize this month for their outstanding contributions to not only their school community, but the community at large. And this is one of the best times that we get to celebrate in public and just give you guys some shout outs. So again, we want to welcome you. Superintendent Poor is here. This is one of his favorite times as well. And we're going to get our program started.
I've already had my evening made because I see a young lady by the name of Rowan out there, Miss Rowan, and she just smiled as soon as she saw that we were on live, and I see her smiling right now. And also Coach Heflin from Central High, it's like, hey, we're live. He's smiling too. So we are lit up. We're ready to go. Let's go recognize some people.
That's right. And Jack, if you don't mind, go ahead and take the full screen so we can get a good look at all of our wonderful staff members here.
Yeah, that's a good picture if we get everybody.
Well, I tell you what, I think you might be able to do it as co-host, Mr. Ford. So can you get over there in that corner?
Mm-hmm.
Do full screen. Okay. Okay. So basically, Jack, there we go. You can stop sharing and take a full screen. How about that? So we can take a look at everybody. Okay. So we've got a nice crew of students and staff here to give shout outs to, and I hope you all are doing well. If you are, can you give a wave? Give a wave. There we go. And we want to remind everybody, we are on Facebook Live as well. So if you have any family members or friends, no matter where in the country, in the whole wide world, you can let them know that you're being recognized this evening. And we're just going to have a brief celebration.
Tens of thousands of people should be watching this right now because this is so cool.
You always say that. One day we're going to get to tens. Well, actually, we have about 27,000 Facebook fans. So we just need to tell them they're missing out on the best show of their lives if they're not tuned in right now.
That's right. And remind everybody to mute themselves that are a part of our virtual delivery right now. And let's get started.
Absolutely. So our first honoree this evening is a wonderful young lady that we've had the pleasure of working with for many years, and everything about her is synonymous with excellence. And so it is no wonder that we would be acknowledging her this evening. Miss Rosie Valdez. Okay, go ahead and advance that to the next slide. We can see Miss Valdez. You may need to share your screen, Mr. Ford. Okay, there we go. There she is, the lovely Miss Rosie Valdez, and beautiful lady at that. So just click on share. Right? He's handing me the reins, which is dangerous to do, especially a person who wears glasses. Isn't that awful? Okay, I don't know what happened to it. Where'd it go? Where did it go? There we are. So now, can you see that little? You know what? We're gonna fix this right now. I got it. Thank you. All right, Ms. Valdez, you got some dangerous drivers here. Some very dangerous drivers. There we go. All righty. Go back one. Yay! We have to give our own selves a hand because you can see we're kind of challenged right now. But anyway, we're so happy to have you join us, Ms. Valdez. We just love you. She does so many wonderful things with Central High School and the debate team, and she goes far and above, beyond the call of duty, even on her own time, just trying to make a difference in those students' lives. And her students are award-winning. I mean, literally, back to back. You cannot championship in the same name without talking about Ms. Valdez. So her most recent distinction, she was elected to the National Debate Coaches Association Executive Board. And she is the first person ever in the state of Arkansas to be asked to serve on this prestigious board. A tremendous honor for our debate program for the Little Rock School District and, of course, Little Rock Central High School. So we want to say thank you and congratulations to Miss Rosie Valdez. And there's actually an icon on your screen where you can give her a hand clap, or you can leave a nice note in the chat section, or anybody who's watching on Facebook, you can leave a nice note for Miss Valdez on Facebook. Mr. Ford?
Yeah, let me add, I think that one of the best things about this award is it really represents the fact that the Central High Forensics and Debate team is recognized on a national scale. I learned very quickly when I came into Little Rock that we really don't think about winning championships or titles in the state. We think big, and we go all over the country because of what Ms. Valdez has done to establish a program. And I know, Ms. Valdez, we want you to share just a few things, because I know you don't take this as just you. I really feel like it's a representation of what you've done with a lot of people at Central to bring about this recognition. So being selected by your peers is awesome. Being selected at the national level to serve on this board, first in Arkansas. Ms. Valdez, how does that all happen?
Well, we work really hard on our team. We have really dedicated debaters who spend all day in their very tough, very rigorous classes at Central, and then come to practice every evening from 4 to 6. We have a really dedicated communication department and coaching staff that works with those students, and we have a very supportive administrator, Ms. Rousseau, who lets us be known all over the country by letting us go all over the place to compete and bring home the gold for the Little Rock School District and for Central. So it's definitely a team effort, but it feels really great to be recognized by my peers. This position will allow me to steer decision making for the country with regard to competition. So very exciting.
And Ms. Valdez, this is something that you've been doing for many years. Talk about that. And she also is one of the outstanding teachers who is recognized as a Teacher of the Year all the time at Little Rock Central. So that really speaks volumes about who you are and what you represent.
Yeah, so I have been in debate since I was born, really. My mom was a debate coach in the Little Rock School District for a number of years. And so I grew up on the debate bus when I was a toddler. But I also grew up in Little Rock School District schools. I debated for Parkview Arts and Science Magnet, and then have coached in Little Rock School District for 8 of the 10 years that I've been a coach. So really it's because debate programs thrive in our district and thrive at Little Rock Central that I stick around.
Well, we are glad that you're sticking around because you make us very, very proud. And again, congratulations to you, and we will get your citation to you. We can get one to you physically, of course, through interoffice mail, and then we'll send you one virtually just so you will have as a keepsake also. We want to give a shout out to your illustrious principal, Ms. Nancy Russo, who is joining the Zoom this evening. So thank you both very much for being here, and thank you again for what you do, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Ms. Valdez.
All right, Mr. Ford, let's move on now to, we're actually not going to leave the Central High family because Central High does it big. Everything they do is big, right? So we're moving on to the tennis team. So if you'll just click that little button and we'll talk more about Mr. Did you hit the share screen part? Oh, it did. Okay. Anyway, we're going to talk to our singles tennis players and our doubles tennis players, and they're not just any tennis players. They are championship and trophy winning, award winning tennis players from Little Rock Central High. First up, we want to recognize Jake Maxson, who is a senior this year. Give it up for Jake. Is Jake on the screen with us?
I know his coach is.
Okay, so if you'll click on that box right up there in the corner where you see all those little to the right. There we go. Okay.
There's Coach Heflin.
All right. So we want to give a shout out to Jake, who is a top tennis player at Little Rock Central High School. He's a senior, as I already mentioned. He just finished first at the 6A conference tournament. He finished second at the 6A state tournament. And he is also second at the high school overall tournament. And at the overall tournament, he beat both the 4A and 5A state champions. Based on his finish at state, he was named to the 6A All-State team. Yay! Congratulations to Jake Maxson. And we'll visit with all of our tennis players who joined us. I want to tell you a little bit more about the singles and then doubles, and then we'll go live to visit with them. Junior Yash Karakanda, I hope I got that right, Yash, finished 4th at the 6A Central Conference Tournament and qualified for the state tournament. On the doubles side, seniors Lance Jones and Edward Onisi finished 5th at the 6A Central Conference Tournament and qualified for the 6A state tournament. Juniors Stephen Todoranu and Alex Wells finished 1st at the 6A Central Conference Tournament, finished 3rd at the 6A state tournament, and based on their state tournament finish, they were both also named to the 6A All-State team. As a group, these young men won their conference regular season title, undefeated, I might add, and they repeated as the 6A Central Conference Tournament champions. They also finished 3rd as a team at the 6A State Tournament, and we have got to give it up for Central High's boys tennis team under the leadership of Mr. Jay Heflin and Miss Leander Crook. Let's give them a nice round of applause, you guys. Yay, congratulations again. Let's take a look at all these good-looking tennis players and hear a little bit more from them, Mr. Ford.
Well, I got to stop in at the state finals to be able to see some of these folks, and I want to first give credit to Mr. McGee because Mr. McGee is the individual who really created a situation where we had an excellent tournament that was bringing in people from throughout the state. Mr. McGee, any comments from you in terms of the performance of your athletes on this tournament and finishing 3rd in state?
These guys just compete hard all year long and all summer with their competition that they play, regardless of where it is. It's a stout competition, so when they get to conference play, they're ready for whatever is thrown at them. But I really have to give all the credit to their parents, those kids, and their coaches, because Coach Cole does a great job with them, or Coach Crook is what I should call her nowadays. And then, of course, Jay Heflin being a volunteer coach, we can't say thank you enough for all they do to help these kids. But bottom line, it's the kids, the coaches, and the parents that do such a great job and represent us so well.
Well, I know we have Coach Heflin on. Coach, would you like to say a few words about your team this year? Coach Heflin, I know you're there.
He's muted.
And we're not hearing him, so we will.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ford.
Oh, there he is. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, I had a technical difficulty. A bad operator error, I guess. We'd like to thank Mr. McGee and Ms. Russo for all of their support. They're great for our tennis team, for both our ladies and our guys, and they do a good job of supporting us on the court and off. And we're really thankful for all the help that they give us. Also like to thank our players and their families. They work really hard, not just during the tennis season, as Mr. McGee said, but also throughout the year, preparing and staying ready to play. So to go, and that's awfully helpful. I thank you for the opportunity that you're giving each of our players tonight to recognize them for the outstanding effort that they gave throughout the year.
And Coach, do you just want to call them out again, and we'll try to see if we can see them on the screen then too?
Sure. So I'm not sure how many are able to be here tonight. I know they're probably studying. I think after missing a lot of class during the season, they have some catch up to do. But I see Stefan Tudoranu is on the screen. There's Stefan with the Golden Gate Bridge at his back. I think he's in Little Rock though. Edward Onissi, I saw him earlier, but I'm not sure if he's still with us.
We can see him.
Great. And I'm not sure if Jake Maxon's on the call or Yash. Miss Smith, you did a great job with his name. It's Hoka Rakonda, and that's a hard one to pronounce. It's taken me two full years to get it right. And then Lance Jones and Alex Wells, I didn't see them on the call earlier, but they all gave great effort. We're going to miss the 3 seniors, but are excited about the 3 juniors coming back and some other young men in our pipeline.
And that's what we look forward to, is having, we continue to grow a wonderful tennis program in the Little Rock School District, and it's thanks in large part to what you guys have been able to do. So congratulations again. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Any of our fellas want to say anything?
Edward, would you like to say a word, or Stefan?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Coach Jay and Coach Crook for organizing the practices and the drinks and just helping us throughout the year. And I'd also like to thank Mr. McGee and Ms. Rousseau for just allowing us to play through the COVID era.
Thank you. Edward, any words from you?
Yeah, basically kind of along the same lines. Thank you to everyone who, made this season happen. Thanks to all the coaches for, organizing us and making sure that we had everything we needed. And yeah, thanks for making this tennis season awesome.
Well, we appreciate both of you. And Stefan, you are in trouble with Miss Rousseau now because she believes you're in San Francisco and you do not have an excused absence. So get yourself back into Little Rock as quickly as possible so you don't get in trouble with her. Because she likes you. I saw her at the tennis tournament and she was all about you guys. Miss Rousseau, any words from you to finish off the Central High recognition for this evening?
Well, with all that we've been going through, I just think it's great we were able to finish the season. And there's so much passion in tennis. As a former tennis player myself, I just love watching the kids and the coaches bite their fingernails throughout the matches. And it was really exciting. And we're very, very proud of our tennis players. So thank you.
And of course, I'd be remiss, Ms. Rousseau, if I didn't bring up that you take great pleasure in about at least every other week by notifying us of the latest results of Miss Valdez too. So I know you want to say a quick phrase about her too.
Well, she's just a star. That's all there is to it. And our debate team is definitely a role model for debate teams all over the United States. So I'm just proud of Central, and especially of these 2 groups, Miss Valdez and our tennis team, and just thank you all for your efforts and for doing the best and for playing so hard and debating so hard. So thank you. And thank you to Ms. Smith and to Superintendent Poor for having this virtual superintendent citation evening. I had no idea you were going to do this. I think it's great.
Well, thank you. We're just excited to be able to honor and recognize in a public way all of the members of the Little Rock School District family who help us shine. This is what it's all about. So thank you, Ms. Rousseau, for joining us. And
hey, let's just keep tennis going. We got to get Mr. Castleberry in here pretty quick because I know he's going to want some time with Parkview. But this young lady is something special, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
A freshman. Get this, a freshman that took 2nd place.
Yep.
in the 5A state tournament. And I apologize, I advanced the screen somehow. So
there you
go. We're excited about her and the place that she finished. I know that we have the coach on today too.
Nicholas Berge, and I don't know if his name is Bergeau. I have to apologize because I can't pronounce Nicholas, but
Bergeau.
Oh, I had it right. Thank you, Mr. Bergeau. At any rate, just to tell you a little bit about Emery, she of course represents the Parkview Patriots. After her conference win, she took 2nd place in the 5A state tennis tournament, which was in Hot Springs, and bringing back the runner-up trophy for the Patriots. She previously took, actually won the 5A tennis conference tournament, which took place at Chenal Country Club in Little Rock earlier this month. And the team took second place in the tournament, and she is the team, and she single-handedly scored enough points to do this. So what an amazing feat, and we are so proud of Emory. She's young in our district, and hopefully she will continue her winning ways at Parkview.
Absolutely, and I know we've got the coach on today, and Coach, can you just share a few words about this special athlete?
Well, absolutely. I'm going to start with Mr. Cassabury. My name is Bergeau. Bergeau. I was just playing with Mr. Cassabury, but I'm also the French teacher. And short story, and Coach Kelly came to me and said, Mr. Bergeau, we do have a tennis player. And I came out, and he took me out of retirement. I've been coaching for 17 years for soccer. I've been teaching also coaching tennis, but I'm the French teacher at Parkview. And he said, well, we do have a player. All right, I'm always open to help out, but I'm not going to take any credit for the success. This young lady came to Parkview because she decided to come to Parkview best by choice, and she's absolutely amazing. She's a great player. She's also an amazing student, and I keep hearing praise about her in the classroom, outside the classrooms. And I guess I'm going to have 4 years of being a winning coach, helping Emory to succeed. And I'm telling you, we're going to keep hearing from her, no doubt. That's it.
Well, congratulations to you and to Miss Emory. What a wonderful accomplishment. I love that accent. It's beautiful French. So now we know it's Bergeau. Okay. Is Emory with us this evening? Emory, are you there?
I did not see her.
Emory's logged on, Miss Smith.
Okay, well, we will make sure she gets her citation. You want to add something to the coach's comments, Mr. Castleberry, proud principal?
Absolutely, and I'm working on my French accent, and I plan on taking classes soon, Coach. But I want to say, first, I certainly appreciate Coach Bergeau stepping up. And even though Emory is our whole team, she certainly is the exemplary student athlete. And I'll tell you, no finer young person than you would want to meet. Gracious, smart, athletic, exemplifies the student athlete. And I have to be so proud of her. I did have an opportunity to get to watch her play. I didn't get to go to all the conference tournaments, et cetera, but I did make it to the state for a little bit. I want to also recognize the Simmons family, who are so supportive of her and who really love to see the Parkview family come out to support Emory and her efforts to represent Parkview and our tennis team. And I know that the program, with her leading as a 9th grader, a freshman, I believe that it will grow our program. And again, like I said, even though she's the team, she exemplifies the power of us through her efforts, and we appreciate her so much.
Well, we love that. It's all about the power of us.
Thank you, Mr. Castleberry, and we're excited about this young lady and what's going on at Parkview. Next, we have our Teacher of the Year, huh?
Yes, sir, and we are so proud of this young lady. She has represented the district so well and with such class, and she became a 2021 semifinalist at the state level, and you don't get there easily. I mean, there is some tough competition, and we're just so proud of her. Miss Amber Harvin not only leads the way at the Little Rock School District, but she's recognized nationally for her work with STEM, and what I love about it is that she's inspiring a whole new generation of young women, especially, to think outside the box and also explore their possibilities through STEM. So congratulations again, Miss Amber Harvin. We're so proud of you and honored that you are a member of the Little Rock School District. That's right. Good.
Ms. Harvin, we want you to come on live with us if you could, and just share some thoughts about all that's been happening to you as a part of being Teacher of the Year for LRSD?
Oh, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for having me tonight. I really appreciate it. It's an honor, to be named the Little Rock School District Teacher of the Year, and then to be able to go on to be one of the semifinalists, top 4 in the state, was fantastic. I didn't get the overall winner of the year. That went to Ms. Post out of Fort Smith, and so congratulations to her. But was in great company. In times like that, we always challenge to do better and improve everything we do. So it's just been a journey. It's been a process. It's been up and down. It's been stressful at times. But it's just amazing to be recognized and be able to have a platform to really thank everyone who I've learned from over the years, the students who have really stretched me and helped me grow, my colleagues. I would not be here without any of the colleagues that I've ever worked with. I always learn so much from the people that I'm around every day. The wonderful administrators, district staff, and everyone has been so great. So it's kind of been a humbling experience, but definitely a memorable one. It's nice to have some positive aspects to 2020. So I definitely will look back at 2020 with excitement and knowing that there was a pandemic going on at the time. But it's been great.
Harvin, you even shared in the newspaper this weekend. It was you were quoted. I'm just talking how challenging it is to be a teacher right now. And just a chance, because you are our Teacher of the Year for Little Rock, share a little bit about what's getting teachers through it, and this pandemic from your perspective, and what do we need to do more of as either a community or as a district?
Yeah, so that's a wonderful question. When you think about, I see how hard everyone's working every day, and I really think the desire to be where they are. I mean, they want to be in the classroom. They want to be with their students. They want to be watching them grow. They have to be committed or not. If you weren't committed, you would throw your hands up after the second week. So I think it's just that commitment to enriching the lives of students and, being a force for change and positivity in the communities is what keeps them there. I think advice, or just what everyone should do, is just keep offering grace, because I think at every level, everyone is working really, really hard, from the parents at home with their students to teachers, administrators, central office, the state. I think we all hopefully have the same goal of educating our students and keeping everyone safe and healthy. So just know that, and assume positive intent, and that everyone's trying to do the best that they can, and we will make it through. And someone said the other day that the challenges of this year, and I like that, the way if we look at this as a challenge, challenges can be overcome, and challenges make us grow and better. Overcoming those challenges make us grow and become better. So I think if we look at it with that mindset, we'll definitely, if you survive your first year during 2020, 2021, you are a rock star and ready for anything in the educational world. So yeah.
Well, you, my dear, are a rock star and such a class act, I tell you.
Thank you, Ms. Hartman, and thank you for representing our district, not only in the competition for State Teacher of the Year, but even in the article this weekend, and just now, you captured what I think many of us feel or have in our head and our hearts. But we do need a little bit of grace right now, and sometimes simple pats on the back that come from anybody, whether it's us to students or students to the teacher or parents, to one of those stakeholders. It's important right now. Thank you again for your leadership, and it's exciting to just share with the whole community all the things that you've got going on. So we appreciate you very much.
Yes, congratulations again. And I don't know if Ms. Cooper was able to join us, but she certainly has always been one of Ms. Harvin's biggest cheerleaders. So,
no doubt.
Well, thank you again. We're going to move on now, because we are going to recognize a couple of young ladies who have made a significant difference in the Little Rock School District. As you may be aware, October is National Dyslexia Awareness Month, and it's appropriate that we recognize the 2 LRSD staff members who are leading the charge on behalf of our district to provide vital support to students. And these young ladies are none other than Ms. Shandell Carpenter and Ms. Heather Bishop.
And I'll tell you, these ladies have done just a fantastic job of being able to share all the things that are, possible in terms of our reach out to dyslexia. And I'm very proud of the fact that we have a 72% increase in the number of students that receive interventions in the school district. 72% just in 1 year's time. So Ms. Carpenter, I'm going to have you first start, and then let you introduce Ms. Bishop. And Ms. Carpenter, anything that you'd like to share? I know you view this as a team effort.
It is definitely a team effort, and thank you for this recognition. I love what I do, and I believe in what I do, and it's exciting to get to see teachers see that light go on when kids finally get reading. And so that has been really exciting. And Heather Bishop is our new dyslexia specialist, and she is amazing. She takes excellent care of her teachers. She is trained in every program Wilson uses, and she's a RISE trainer for K2 and 3-6. And it has been such a joy to have her on my team. She kind of complements the areas that I need support in, and I complement the areas that she needs support in. So we're a really great team, and we are really happy to get to work together and help all these kids figure out reading.
So let me introduce Ms. Bishop formally and allow her to say a few words. Ms. Bishop, why did you look at taking this role on? Because it's a tremendous amount of work, and we're so grateful that you're partnering with Ms. Carpenter, but what led you to make the shift to this role, and then just what's your experiences of working with the LRSD staff and parents and students?
Last year, I was given the opportunity to become a level 1 dyslexia specialist. And through the Wilson program, I began working with Shandell Carpenter. And as I was sitting at those meetings and I saw the need to help students in the Little Rock School District, I said, that's the job that I want to do. I want to be her partner in this. And it was kind of a joke at the time, because I didn't even know if there would ever be a job available to help her. And when it became available to apply, it was very hard for me to make a decision to leave Forest Heights STEM Academy. And I made that decision to go work with Shandell, and it's been a great honor. And I'm really passionate about helping the kids in the Little Rock School District.
Ms. Bishop, you can literally feel the passion and hear it within you. And as our Teacher of the Year, that's like celebrating you as soon as she got on. That we love Heather Bishop. She just said it again. Of course, Mr. Castleberry's given shout outs saying, I wish I'd never lost Shandell Carpenter. But that's one of the cool things of, we lost you to individual buildings, but the gift of what you guys are doing on a larger scale is huge. And we believe that, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, either one of you, but I think we are either the district that has the second largest amount of folks that we serve that have dyslexic characteristics and provide interventions, maybe the second largest in the state. Is that correct?
We're actually the largest in the state. We have the second largest percentage.
Okay, second largest percentage. Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah.
Which is, we've done a tremendous amount of work to get there, and that's because of these two ladies. And I know our whole community probably is aware of these, at least our teaching staff is, but parents, please know these folks are helping all of us out at the building levels and working with principals and with teachers to make an impact on young people with dyslexia and needing that type of intervention. So thank you both.
Yes, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Recognition tonight, it is well deserved.
And of course, there is a proclamation from our governor to make this a month where we do recognize that many people do have characteristics or traits that are dyslexic related. And this is the month that we try to recognize that these young people deserve an education. There's some fallacies probably out there about dyslexia. There is no marker to say ethnicities or backgrounds, economic backgrounds. Really, any child could be faced with this challenge. Is that right, Ms. Carpenter?
That's exactly right. And about 1 in 5 kids are.
Do you want to give a quick plug for where people can get more, families can get more information about?
Yes, if you want to go to a Little Rock School District, if you go to the Parents tab, there is a tab that says Dyslexia information under that. And we not only have information about the programs that we use, but we have links to good videos and books and even short YouTube videos to explain some of the myths about dyslexia, like kids with dyslexia don't see letters backwards. Their real root problem is that they can't hear the sounds in words. And so things like that really help people understand what are we looking for with students in our classes and what are we looking for in our own kids to see if they're actually struggling. So if they go to the parents tab and then click dyslexia information, there's a whole page of goodies there to check out.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you so much, ladies, and we appreciate all the work that you do for so many in this district. So what's next, Ms. Smith? What are we going to look at?
Well, we got a nice two-shot of Ms. Carpenter and Ms.
The dynamic duo right there, isn't it? Yep. And
I can tell I've been visiting their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Wonderful picture. I couldn't help it. It was perfect for this evening. All right, so now we're going to move on to Curbside Couture at the Clinton Center. Now, what you see here is not your ordinary fashion show. This is the state's largest fashion show that is green. Well, what do you mean green? That means they use recyclable materials to design their outfits. And this year, the Little Rock School District was well represented. They featured 29 homemade, handmade looks by student designers from across the region, and the virtual platform allowed the student designers and their models to safely showcase their hard work and creativity. It's called Curbside Couture, offering students 3rd through 12th grades the opportunity to apply their creative and technical skills to create wearable designs made of recycled material as a way of bringing attention to the need to promote sustainability and also to preserve our environment. So we'd like to recognize 2 of our outstanding designers, Project Runway Lookout, or not Project Runway, yeah, that's what it's called, Project Runway, where they design the outfits. This is Miss Corrine Casey from Pulaski Heights Middle School, and her designs was one of the ones featured, and we're so proud to have her as part of the Little Rock School District family. Miss Corrine, are you there?
Yes.
All right, so thank you for joining us this evening. We're super excited to have you. You want to tell us a little bit about what went into your thought process for your design and why you wanted to participate in the contest?
Thank you for having me this evening. My main reason that I wanted to do this was because my old English teacher, Miss Hanson, inspired me, and she just kept telling me how fun it was, and I don't know, that's pretty much it.
Well, it looked like it was a lot of fun, and your outfit was just spectacular. So what materials did you use?
We used old, like, paint things, paint chips and bubble wrap and spray paint and stuff.
Well, you did a fantastic job, and we're very proud of you. We know your principal, Mr. Darrell Powell, is proud of you as well. So
and he's on. So, Mr. Powell, anything to say about this young lady?
Yes, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay, you know what? I tell you what, that is a very wonderful design. Showed so much creativity. We're very proud of this young lady and the way that she's represented her family and the way she's represented the family Pulaski Heights Middle School. Lastly, we're just grateful that this event is taking place today in the midst of everything that we are enduring in our current times. It's very important to recognize those positive and good things that are going on in individual schools and within the Little Rock School District.
absolutely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Powell. We got one more young lady that did extremely well, and this is from elementary, if you can believe it.
Yes, this is Rowan Graves from Fulbright Elementary. That it almost has kind of a peacock aesthetic there with all of the colors and the layers.
Wow, it's just spectacular. It's just hard to imagine that this came from the hands of an elementary student. It always reminds me we should never undersell what kids and students are potential, what they can do.
That's right, their creativity and ingenuity. Let's see if Miss Rowan is with us. Miss Rowan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again. We're very proud of you as well, all the way from Fulbright Elementary. Proud
Thank
principal, Ms. Shakira Jackson. So tell us a little bit about your design and what look were you going for?
Well, I was actually going for a peacock. I really like peacocks, and I love the combination colors of blue, green, and purple. And that's a peacock's main color. So I really wanted to make the dress look like one.
Well, you did a fantastic job at that, young lady. What materials did you use?
So the top piece is from a skirt that has been in my younger brother Ari's closet for over 3 years, and it's a skirt that I tore up one side of it and decided I wasn't gonna break it anymore, so I put it in that closet for a really long time, and I got it out again, and I cut the other side, and it actually worked. And then the long skirt, the peacock tail, is a bunch of dryer sheets painted and chalked on.
Wow.
And
That's
it's
crazy
all
good.
sewn together, kind of like ruffles. And then they have a big piece of net from my grandmother's old neighbor Melanie. She had that piece of sewing that she never used. She had a whole box of something that she never really got to.
Wow.
Well, I can tell you this, Mr. Castleberry, the principal at Parkview High Arts and Science Magnet, is already trying to recruit you. There may be something illegal about that right now, but we don't care because he recognizes talent. And so on the chat, we can see that him saying, hey, we're ready to take you at Parkview. I don't know whether you can matriculate and skip middle school and just go right to Parkview. It seems like you might have that kind of talent. So we'll have to talk about that with your dad. I saw him kind of on the screen earlier in the conversation. We want to thank you, sir, for having your child in the Little Rock School District. You must be awfully proud.
We are extremely proud of her.
And we also know Ms. Jackson, the principal at your school, is with us tonight. And she's put on the chat like, oh my gosh, rock star. But Ms. Jackson, do you have some words to share?
I'm just so proud of Rowan. She is a very unique student and so creative, and I guess I may support her in going to Parkview.
That's wonderful. Great.
Awesome job, Rowan.
Thank you.
One other thing we can keep in mind, if we ever need formal wear, we've got some designers in the district, so we can get some unique, creative designs. You did a fantastic job, Ron. We're so proud of you, and can't wait to see what you do this coming year, because I'm sure you'll probably enter again.
I already have I already have an idea for some things, and I also want to point out my grandmother helped me a lot with the design.
Awesome. Well, we better give Grandma a shout out for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
also, I'm dyslexic.
Oh, wow. Well, that is great that you were able to share your talents in such a creative way. We're very, very proud of you.
And we appreciate you also sharing that, that you have the challenge of working with dyslexia. So thank you for sharing that. But I also just want to mention that the Clinton Center makes this all possible. And sometimes we forget what a great partner we have in this community with the Clinton Center. And they do so much to help support the Little Rock School District. And this is just one of the events of many that they do to help spark children's imaginations or their voice, their talents. And we're very, very grateful. If anytime you get down to the Clinton Center, please make sure you share with whoever, the front desk, the security guards, the people that are walking around that campus. Thank the Clinton Center for what they do for Little Rock School District, because it's pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again, ladies. We're very proud of you, and congratulations once again. So we're now to our final recognition of the evening before we do a couple of quick announcements and say goodnight. But we had a fun time at Brady Elementary earlier this month in honor of Sucktober, and we can declare that it is a Sucktober success.
Well, it's just so much fun, and Miss Langston deserves a lot of credit, and so does Miss Davis, the principal, for originating this idea. And we'll ask them how they came up with this, but we were out there early, weren't we?
Yes, we did. As you can see, that is one of the news reporters from KATV, Victoria, and she asked us to join her for an early morning introduction to the rest of the state about Socktoberfest, which has actually been going on at Brady all month. And of course, Miss Langston is the one who helped spearhead it, and she is a teacher or a specialist at Brady, along with Principal Casey Davis. And she said, Cassie Davis, excuse me.
Yeah, let's get Principal Davis on real quick, because I got Mr. Powell front and center right now. He's probably like, how am I on the screen right now? But we need to get Miss Davis. Of course, Mr. Powell probably turned into a recruiting effort. But Miss Davis, if you'll please respond to us and share, how Brady came up with this project, and then we'll turn to Miss Langston too.
Well, actually, good evening. Miss Langston, one evening I received a text message from Miss Langston, and she said, hey, how do you feel about us getting involved with the van and raising socks for the month of October? And I said, absolutely. One of my goals as a principal is always to get our students out and involved in our community, giving back, finding needs and recognizing needs and finding ways to meet those needs. I believe that it starts early, us learning how to give back. And so I wanted Brady to have that opportunity to give back to the community.
And you've got, before we visit with Miss Langston, you've got a couple of your students here with us this evening, I understand.
Yes,
Anaya
ma'am.
Chisholm and Sinai McRae. If we could take a look at them. They were instrumental in helping you collect all of these socks, correct?
Yes, ma'am. They're two of our 5th graders, and I did see them.
So Anaya, could you unmute and start to talk, and your face will show up on the screen.
The reason why we did the van was to help the homeless in need, because some homeless in need don't have stuff like we do.
Well, that's awesome. It's great that you're thinking about other people. This is so easy to just think about yourself, but it's nice that you wanted to make a difference. And now everybody needs socks because it's turning cold. But thank you for your great work. That was Anaya. Where is Sinai? Sinai, do you want to chat with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Sanaya.
Hi.
How did you find out about this?
Well, I don't really know exactly.
What did you most enjoy about it then?
Wearing crazy socks.
We're getting to wear crazy socks. Well, young lady, you guys did a fantastic job, and I know that you're excited about making a difference to help other people. Would you like to share anything about that?
I would like to share why I wanted to donate socks.
Please.
I wanted to donate socks because I'm fortunate about my parents buying socks, and I really want the homeless to have socks, or so they can have something on their feet when it's cold.
Absolutely.
It's such a basic thing that we sometimes take for granted, and so thank you so much. I appreciate it, both Sanaya and Anaya. We got to turn to Miss Langston here. Miss Langston, can you share how this all kind of came together?
Sure. So I am on the Facebook group Friends of the Van, and they had just put out a shout out saying that they needed help with socks preparing for this winter time, because a lot of people don't think about that, and they said it's their most often requested item but the least often donated. So like Miss Davis said, I went to her and asked if that was something that Brady could take on, and I let her know, you know, I'll spearhead it, I'll take all the responsibility if you'll just allow us to do it. And she was really great about it, and we got our community partners involved, and then of course put it out on Facebook and Twitter and got a lot of district officials involved, and we've collected a ton of socks, and it's really turned out good.
That's how I found out, was through Twitter, and said, "Oh my, I'm going to challenge everybody." And how many socks have you gathered so far? Do you have any estimate?
I do. So our last count, we had totaled up over 1,000 pairs. And since then, yeah, we have refilled the box. So we're up to about 1,500 pairs of socks now.
That is awesome.
That's amazing. You all should feel very, very good about that. And we thank you for your efforts.
Absolutely. But I do have a quick question for Miss Davis, if you could go back to her. Thank you so much, Miss Langston.
Thanks.
Now, Miss Davis may not want to go here, but I'm going to call him out because he didn't show up the morning we were live. So I just want to know if Mr. Darian Smith showed up with any socks yet.
Yes, ma'am, he did. He has shown up with socks, several pairs of socks. I think he had 2 bags. And so we were really excited to see Mr. Smith. He hated to miss it, but he has come and he has donated his socks.
And I can verify this, as much as I'd like to kind of keep him on the hot seat, but they have that on Twitter too. And we appreciate Brady's social media part of this, of pushing this out, because I think it's made a difference. 1,500 socks. How does that make you feel, Miss Davis?
It's great. The morning we were on the news, we were out doing car drop off, and we just had community members just coming through the car line and saying, "Hey, I have socks." We had some former parents. "Hey, I saw you on the news. We had these socks, just wanted to drop by." A bus driver came by, Central teacher came by who was a former Brady student. She brought, I think, 144 pairs of socks in honor of a teacher who, her favorite first grade teacher, and 1 pair of socks for each of her current students at Central High right now. And so it has been amazing. And I know that I've been in touch with Trinity United Methodist, who is one of our biggest supporters and partners in education. And they said this week, they will be bringing us a large donation of socks. And so we are really excited to get a final count and to get all of those over to the van and into the hands of those who need them.
Well, congratulations. We're so proud of you and that effort. And maybe we make this a district-wide challenge next year to see who can get the most socks.
Well, and it's not over, as Miss Davis just shared, that we have still, this goes through the month. So it's not too late to stop by Brady, and you will get personal attention as soon as you show up. So we're rounded down. We have just a couple other things. We're really, tomorrow, we will be 1 week out from the election being finalized. And it's very important that everybody get out and vote. Obviously, we've got all sorts of things on the ballot that should be important to all of us, whether it's for the president, congressional seats, state legislative seats, city directors, and we have our own Little Rock School District Board election where we get to elect a board for the first time in over 5 years. We have 19 candidates. These candidates have been all over Facebook and their website so that you can look at that. But we also have a ballot question. We've got our fact sheet here. You can find this fact sheet on our website. It's been in multiple school newsletters. These are all things that are just real information. And the bottom line is that this is an extension of debt. It's not to raise anybody's property taxes. The bond payment will stay the same, possibly even go down lower, generate $200 million worth of capital needs. And you all have to make decisions whether you want to support this or not. I can't advocate one way or the other, but we want to make sure you're informed about what's possible. So please know that. And then please also know that voting is extremely important. And we've got a great sheet that you put together, Ms. Smith.
That is a sheet that tells you all of the early voting sites in our county. Also, the early voting hours are from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays, and then the day before the election, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And of course, the polls open earlier on Tuesday of next week. But we're encouraging you, as your right to vote, that you get out and do it as early as you can. That way, you don't have to worry about long lines on election day if you so choose. So, there's some helpful information.
I know you and I both got to vote. And
you got lucky. It took me almost 2 hours because I went the first day. But I will say, because I was familiar with what was on the ballot, that process was very short. And that's what we encourage everybody to do as well. download your sample ballot so you know exactly who you're voting for and the issues that are on the ballot, and that way it'll take less time.
It will, and also if you do go utilize early voting, you can also eliminate that big rush on the day of the election. But no matter what, please participate and be aware of school board candidates, be aware of the election to extend the debt service mills, and of course, all the election that people are running for, be informed as a citizen and go out and do that civic responsibility.
Absolutely.
We have one more opportunity to really make an impact for everything in the whole, all of our elementary schools. And I know this is near and dear to your heart and
Absolutely.
to our VIPS board.
Is the Jane Mendel Reading Day, which is something that we look forward to every single year, where we try to put a reader in each and every elementary classroom. But of course, with our COVID challenges, we had to think outside the box this year. So we're asking the community to donate books and also to write a letter. So if you are so inclined, you can visit LRSD.org, the VIPS page, and you can find out more about writing a letter to an elementary reader, dear third grade reader, dear elementary school reader, or purchasing a book which we will put a label in as a personal donation from you to give to one of our students or one of our classrooms and have a lifelong impact on reading in the Little Rock School District. The deadline for that is November 6th. Again, more information can be found on the website.
And, you know, this is such a tremendous opportunity. We can't be in person like we normally are, but we normally have some for every single class. And we want that to happen this year with individual letters.
Well, we'd love to have individual letters, and those of you who feel inclined to get books, we'd love to have that as well. And you can get access to the book list that's for recommended reading on the district website. And then there are a number of ways. Amazon, of course, is one way that they're promoting getting the books. But wherever you choose to get them, we just want our kids to have books, and we appreciate you in advance.
Well, I had my grandbaby call during the middle of this ceremony, and that's one of the things that her and I do on FaceTime is being able to read. And so, you know, reading is important to young people, and we need to provide them books. We need to provide them stories of why reading is important. And this is a great thing for us to all jump towards and not let it slide backwards in any way. Let's just come up with a different way to celebrate Jane Mendel.
Thank you. You're exactly right. That's why we're doing all of these things virtually. We're having to be a little more creative in our approach, but we don't want to let any of the efforts that we've made fall by the wayside. So again, thank you in advance for what we believe you will do.
Well, this kind of wraps it up for us. Normally we'd be having cake with some of our young people. We do not have cake to share, but I will tell you, we thank you because you've lifted our hearts today. Boy, so many things to be proud of that our staff is doing, but I'll tell you what our kids are doing, and it doesn't matter whether they're elementary kids, middle school, or high school. We have exceptional young people in the Little Rock School District.
Absolutely. Thank you once again for watching. This is going to be replayed on LRSD TV, Comcast Channel 40 versus Channel 99, and of course, you can watch it as much as you like on Facebook.
And I want to do one more commercial that just is important. You know, as we move farther along into the winter, it's important that everybody get a flu shot. It's also important that we take that extra step to be disciplined in our everyday approach of wearing a mask. And you see that Ms. Smith and I have been wearing a mask throughout this program because we're in fairly close proximity. We're 6 feet apart, but we want to make sure that, you know, we're in a good place. Second thing, we also know that we need to do social distancing as in every setting that we can, both in a situation where we have social distancing in our schools, but also away from the school environment. That's important. We also know that everything that we can do to, you know, make sure that we keep ourselves, you know, healthy, whether that's eating well, sleeping, all those things make a difference in terms of our overall health. So please take that extra step. And, you know, we really are seeing that anytime that we have cases in the Little Rock school system, a lot of times they're tied back to being a little bit undisciplined, and especially being undisciplined away from the school environment. So please help us be on top of all this and take care of one another.
That's right. We're counting on you, all in this together, as that expression goes. I think that's it, Mr. Porter.
Well, we wish everybody a great evening. Please make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Be careful tonight. Stay warm tonight. And have a great rest of the week. We appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank